Peace, family. Vicki Dillard here for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up and share the broadcast. When you do that, you make it more likely that other folks just like you will know that we're here, and you strengthen our collective Black voice, making us a force to be reckoned with. Thank you so much, family. I know if you see the title, I am wondering out loud. In the wake of so many revolutionary uprisings, what's been dubbed as coups throughout Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and other such countries, particularly since 2022, removing the bloodsuckers, namely the French, out of their land, France has expressed, their president, Emmanuel Macron, has spoken, I believe, in an address to, I want to say, his ambassadors. Not too long ago, I talked about this in one of my other previous broadcasts, but he certainly did an address to some of his officials for sure. That, and really, I think at a round table in another instance, that there is a rising anti-French sentiment that's pervading the continent. Well, of course, this is true, and rightly so, because you're still modern day colonialist, and you have been accused of, credibly so, of being the hidden hand behind a terrorism there, the theft of their mineral resources, so forth and so on. So, of course, there is an anti-French sentiment there. They're sick of you oppressing them. Well, because they acknowledge the writing on the wall, and because Africa seems to be completely out of their grip and out of their control, they understand that they have exploited the energy resources, the mineral resources, gas resources, unlimited resources from different nations. Now, Gabon is the most recent alleged coup. Now, I know you like, Vicki, this lady from America, what are you talking about, alleged coup? I'm not saying this is official. I'm saying that I think we need to take a step back to see what unfolds in the next few days and weeks to determine whether or not France's little dirty little hidden hand is actually involved in this so-called coup in Gabon. Why do I say that? I'm going to keep it simple until we're able to do further research. But there are three primary things that's suspicious to me. I'm a prophetic woman, so I don't just go with what somebody puts before my eyes and wants me to believe. I go with what's in my spirit also. Reading now from this piece about how Gabon President Ali Bongo wins third term after disputed election. Just some basic facts here. It says, if President Ali Bongo has won a third term in the presidential election with 64.27% of the vote, the Gabonese Election Center, the CGE, said on Wednesday after a delay-plagued general election that the opposition has denounced as fraudulent. Don't miss that part. The opposition denounced it was fraudulent. Announcing the result in the early hours, CGE head Michael Stephanie Banda, forgive me if I mispronounced that with my Mississippi accent, said Bongo's main challenger, Albert Osa, had come in second place with 30.77%. Bongo's team have rejected Osa's allegations of electoral irregularities. But watch this. The suspicious part about Mr. Ali Bongo, the alleged deposed president, during this election, as this article states, there was a lack of international observers, the suspension of some foreign broadcasts, and the authorities' decision to cut internet service and impose a nighttime curfew nationwide after the poll has raised concerns about the transparency of the electoral process. Why in the world would the government allow all of this to go on, all of this extraordinary censorship, if the election is free and fair? Among other things, reports are coming out stating that the opposition actually won, which means that the people are sick of the Bongo dynasty. For those of you that don't know, based on my research, there have been 3 presidents of Gabon, 2 of which have been the Bongos, family, the Bongo dynasty, moving into, I believe it's the 56th year of their reign. I'm not someone that just automatically dogs someone that's been in office a long time. But if you've been in office a long time and your people are still broke down and poor and they're calling for change, you need to go. And according to some of the sources and some of the allegations that are coming forth, they're saying that the opposition won. And you've got to ask yourself, why would Bongo allow the internet to be shut down, the rejection of observers, the suspension of certain foreign broadcasts, and so forth and so on? Why would there be this nighttime curfew? Because people were raising concerns about the transparency of the electoral process. So it's clear that the people were sick of the Bongos and wanted them gone. Watch this. That's one reason that I'm saying that this is suspicious. The second reason I'm saying that I'm suspicious of this so-called coup, and of course, I really talked about France's dirty little hands. France feels like it's lost its grip across the continent. They're losing all of these resources, and their African puppet leaders in these different countries that allowed them to exploit their countries, they're losing control. Because, see, people are denouncing the coups, but you got to remember, most of the previous coups were instigated by, supported by, funded by Western countries, including France and the United States. It's only when the people rise up to instigate this coup that there's a problem, because they can't be controlled. So because France sees their hands on the wall and they were desperate not to lose another major energy source, and of course, coming out of Gabon, Gabon is one of the top gas, oil countries. I want to say somewhere I read fourth or fifth, somewhere thereabout, but they're a top oil country. France knows that they've lost these other minerals throughout the continent. So they were like, God forbid we lose this one too. We got to slow down our losses here. So some of us believe, and it might be a small handful of us, I don't mind, but I'm just saying that we should be cautious. I'm saying we should be intelligent about this. We should use facts, but we should be cautious, because France sees the handwriting on the wall. And I believe that it is possible, just like it's credibly alleged that France is the one that helped to create this so-called Boko Haram so that they could justify their presence on the African continent, so they can continue to exploit the mineral resources there. And by having a physical presence there to protect all this kind of stuff, they can say that they're there fighting terrorism when they're actually there to exploit the resources. And they just pay off their black-looking leaders. Another reason I'm suspicious: the new so-called coup leader is General Bryce Nuema. General Bryce, y'all, is the cousin of President Bongo. Think about what I just said. The new coup leader, the one that y'all saying is this so-called new revolutionary, General Bryce, he's the cousin of President Bongo, whom he deposed in his coup, supported by members of the Republican Guard. Nobody think that's suspicious? Some of the research I found was that before the coup, he was close to to President Bongo and the rest of the family. There was no apparent signs of dissension. Y'all don't find that suspicious? The cousin. Now, this is the third one. I want you to watch this clip of President Bongo allegedly claiming that he has been placed under house arrest. Watch this clip really quick. Watch this.
I'm Ali Bongo Ondimba, President of Gabon, and I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world, to tell them to make noise, for the people here have arrested me.
Okay. Another reason I'm suspicious, these are the top 3 or 4 reasons I'm suspicious of this being a legit coup from the people of Gabon. If you have just been deposed, they've commandeered you and your family. that's taking you, putting you in house arrest, that might unalive you possibly if they find out that you're guilty and all this other kind of stuff. Who's going to allow you to do a video? A video where you are calling on your international friends to make noise to defend you. You're telling the world, I can't trust my own people, the Gabonese people. So y'all make noise. I thank you. I don't know what's going on. I'm here. My wife is somewhere else. My son is somewhere else. Well, how do you know your wife is somewhere else and your son is somewhere else? How do you know that y'all are in 3 different spots? What loving, kind-hearted Coup soldier told you, go ahead and make a video so we can put it out to the world to let the world know we are fair enough to let you make a video asking the world to come out and make noise for you? That's my Mississippi prophetic little insight. I know I'm not the only one that believes this. I know these are just a few things for now, which is why I'm saying we need to take a step back and look at what's really going on. And we need to scrutinize and investigate to see whether or not France or any other Western interest or any other French interest or officials or entities are actually involved in this. I understand that the people were excited and happy when they saw that he was deposed because they legitimately wanted the Bongo family out. But I wonder, do the people know that it might be possible that France and the Bongo family are actually pretending like this is a coup so that they can keep the leadership still in the family, the Bongo family, because that General Bryce is his cousin. And France knows, and other interests knows that they can trust the Bongo family to keep siphoning the people, stealing from the people. They don't want to take the chance on some unpredictable opposition leader. Just some food for thought. I can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments below. My name is Vicki Dillard, your sister with the curly braids. Beloved, if you want to receive and experience things in life that you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done. I teach these exact spiritual principles, not religious principles, spiritual principles in my mastermind school at clubvicki.com. That's clubvicki.com. The link should be below. I can't wait to see you again.